Hi guys, welcome to, or welcome back to, Hydra Collectables, where we let our geek flag fly. So this week I went to see the latest instalment from the TMNT franchise titled Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. And not wanting to tarnish the viewing experience of my own video review right here on this channel, put simply, I loved it. And if you haven't already checked out that review, I'd like to encourage you to do so after finishing this video. Now, prior to watching the movie, I had purchased the 4 Turtles and Splinter in their new action figure form from Playmates, partly due to my love of their new design, but also because of the threat of FOMO. After all, I had no idea how this movie was going to land with audiences, nor what the stock limits were going to be for the stores selling these toys, and so I bought them early, completely blind as to whether or not the film was actually good. You can check out that video too afterwards if you like. But thankfully, and honestly to my surprise, the film was actually great. Better than great. I mean, it might actually be my favourite film of the year so far. And that's actually been quite tough competition when you think about it, what with the Super Mario Bros. Movie and Across the Spider-Verse. Anyway, seeing and enjoying the film made me want to go back to the toy store and buy the remaining figures that I needed, most notably the villains, as here in the UK we can't currently get April. What the hell, Playmates? Sort it out, please? Anyway, here they are, all in their amazing packaging, which I really do like by the way. However, we don't want to see them like this. We want to get them out their boxes and pose and play. So, with a little camera magic, here we go. So, who do we have here? Well, many of you will instantly recognise Bebop and Rocksteady, and as you can see, for whatever reason, Rocksteady was actually put in here with his arm disconnected from his body, just the way he was sat in the packaging. So yeah, I'm just going to pop that in there. Well, oh, there we go. Not the easiest thing to do. Might be easier on your figure, but yeah, he's in there now and he looks great. So yeah, these are 2 must-haves for any Turtle fan, obviously. If you're going to have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you of course want the fellow mutants, Bebop and Rocksteady. And yeah, like I say, these guys look great, albeit that they are a little bit on the small side. Now of course I would have much preferred them to be bigger than the Turtles, but I guess we can let that go given how nicely sculpted and detailed they actually are. As you can see, they come with their array of weapons, and yeah, a lot of it is very similar to what we received back in the original Playmates days. So yeah, these really do tick some great boxes. Oh, and did I mention the price of these things? They are dirt cheap. I literally paid $10.99 for them in Smith's Toys. Absolute bargain given what they are. Honestly guys, at this price point with this level of detail, these figures are absolutely perfect for both adult collectors and young kids. I mean, any parent can simply go into the store and easily grab all 4 turtles for the price of a single carded NECA action figure. Sorry NECA, that wasn't actually a dig at your pricing. I actually think your pricing is very reasonable for what you do. It just happens to be the only type of pricing that I'm familiar with because, well, put it simply, I buy everything that you release. Anyway, my point is that these figures are perfect for what they are. Perfect sculpts, perfect paint application, and most importantly, perfect price. Anyway, moving on from Bebop and Rocksteady, we come to Leatherhead, a personal favourite of mine when it comes to the fellow mutants of the TMNT franchise. Man, I really loved that Playmates figure growing up. I really should look into getting a replacement for the collection. And yeah, I'm not going to lie, this one is probably the most pleasant of surprises. When I first looked at these all on the shelf, way back when I bought the Turtles, I actually thought this was the weakest of all the figures, looking at it just through the packaging. But now, having it in hand, this thing is actually really cool. I really do like it. Now, I'm a little bit gutted that we don't have any mouth articulation, but again, I can let that slide. The character comes with the original shotgun and the little trap, as well as some various other weapons that we didn't have with the original Playmates version. But yeah, I really do like this. I think this is really cool. A really nice piece, and might actually be my favourite now. So it's gone from not being the best figure while it was in the packaging to being my favourite now that I have them out of the packaging. I guess you just can't judge a figure from the box alone. And finally, that brings us to Superfly. Now, again, in my video review of the movie, I did mention that Superfly's garments here, in his figure form, actually make him look like he's meant to be Baxter Stockman, and actually getting him out of the packaging it's a definite. This is definitely who he was meant to be. So obviously the clothing and the hairline are all reminiscent of the character from the movie, but also the weapons that he comes with. You know, this is Baxter's gun that we've had multiple times throughout the various incarnations of action figures, as well as like the various fly swatter, a magic potion, or a scientific potion should I say. Yeah, these are all things that come with Baxter. So in my opinion, I was right. This is meant to be Baxter Stockman. Now, for whatever reason in the story, they did actually change this and make him his own character. But yeah, there is no denying that looking at this image of Baxter from the movie, that it's just too similar. It's definitely where they were going. Now, I totally understand why this happened, because after all, the process of toy manufacturing actually takes place years before the movie's launch, with the average being approximately 3 years to go from initial concept to finished piece. And that's a lot of time for things to change. Will we get a new version within Wave 2 of this line? Possibly. After all, the movie seems to be doing really well, and why would they not push forward with more toys? I know I personally would love a Mondo Gecko. Anyway, there you have it, the full Wave 1 collection of Playmate's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem action figures line. A very eye-pleasing line, albeit with some minor articulation and a few small faults here and there, but nothing too big to cause any issue. These are great fun for kids both young and old, and yeah, I highly recommend that you get yourself a set if you are a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, that's all from me for now. I'm going to take these downstairs and see what my kids think. Take care.